Today we will discuss a new topic, that is dehydrohalogenation reaction. Dehydrohalogenation reaction or 1,2 elimination reactions. So as the name indicates, it is the elimination of a hydrogen as well as a halogen. A hydrogen from one carbon atom and halogen from its next carbon atom will be eliminated and we will get an alkene. Such type of reactions, alkyl halides react with alcoholic potassium hydroxide to form alkenes. The reaction involves the elimination of a halogen from one first carbon and hydrogen from the second carbon, and we will get an alkene. So this elimination occurs from first and second position, so they are known as 1,2 elimination reaction. I will write general equation. This is the alkyl halide. When treated with strong bases such as potassium hydroxide, elimination occurs. This is taking part in presence of alcohol. The elimination of hydrogen halide occurs and we will get a product, that is alkene. So halogen from first carbon and the adjacent hydrogen is eliminated. That's why they are known as dehydrohalogenation reaction, and the product obtained is alkene. Dehydrohalogenation reaction involves the loss of elimination of halogen atom and hydrogen atom, and they are classified into two. They are E2. Two mechanisms are there, E2 mechanism as well as E1 mechanism. Similar to that of substitution reaction, this elimination reaction also contains two types of mechanism, E2 mechanism and E1 mechanism. E2 indicates elimination bimolecular, 2 is for bimolecular and E is for elimination, and E1 indicates elimination unimolecular. Before that, we will discuss a few characteristic features of dehydrohalogenation reactions. So dehydrohalogenation reaction, this halogen atom, this hydrogen atom will be always eliminated from the beta carbon. This is the alpha carbon and this is the beta carbon. Halogen atom will be eliminated always from alpha carbon and hydrogen atom will be always eliminated from this beta carbon. And we can use bases such as neutral bases as well as negatively charged bases. Example for neutral bases is water, H2O, and negatively charged bases, this dissociate into Ka plus and OH minus. So OH minus ions are negatively charged bases. So we can use both type of bases for this type of dehydrohalogenation reactions. And this reaction is always brought about in presence of a base. Okay, now we will move on to E2 mechanism. This E2 mechanism, that is similar to that of SN2 mechanism. Here also it is this is by elimination bimolecular. So this is also a one-step reaction, and so as we studied in SN2 reaction, The rate determining step includes both concentration of nucleophile as well as this alkyl halide. This is a second order reaction. So there won't be any intermediate. No intermediate is produced. No intermediates are produced. And this order of reactivity that is similar to that of SN2, that is primary greater than secondary greater than tertiary. And also strong bases are used in E2 mechanism. Okay, now we will move on to its mechanism. Okay, our substrate is alkyl halide. So we are writing it as CH2X. So this is alpha carbon, this is beta carbon. Okay, this is halogen atom, and this is 2 beta hydrogens. Okay, it will react with a base, and this base will attack this hydrogen and abstract it as a proton and will be eliminated as water. This will be abstracted as this hydrogen is abstracted as a proton, and this bond is shifted to next carbon, and this halogen ion that will be eliminated as X minus ions. So there will be a transition state formed in between this, and this transition state is, it contains a partial bond between this carbon, partial double bond between this carbon and this carbon, and also this bond between this carbon and halogen is broken. So there will be a partial bond formed between all these atoms, this hydrogen, this carbon and this halogen atom. So the transition state is, that I am writing in another color, this R, C, okay. This hydrogen will form a weak bond with this OH minus ion, that is shown here, and so the bond between this carbon and hydrogen will be broken, and it is shifted to next carbon, that is shown in these dotted lines. So this carbon will become unstable, and again this halogen atom bond with this halogen atom is broken. So all these bonds are shown in broken lines. This is the transition state. Okay, transition state. And what will be our products? This water molecule will be eliminated, plus, and this halogen atom that is eliminated as X minus ion, and our product will be an alkene, that is R, C, H, double bond, CH2. This is alkene. This will be our product. Okay, and the energy profile diagram of this E2 reaction is similar to that of SN2 and SN1 reaction. This is reaction coordinates, and this is potential energy. And we will get a peak like this. So there are two, if we are taking a substrate having 2 beta carbons, that is if the halogen atom is substituted in the second carbon or third carbon of an alkyl halide, there will be carbon atoms to this side also. So such type of reactions we will get two products. So this energy profile diagram also contain two products that I will discuss later. Okay, now we will move on to its kinetics. So rate is directly proportional to concentration of alkyl halide and base. Both this alkyl halide and base are present in the slow step. This is the slow step. That is the formation of transition state, slow step. Uh, Both alkyl halide as well as this base is involved in rate determining step. So it is a second order kinetics. So it is a one step reaction. It follows second order kinetics, and no intermediates are formed in between this E2 reaction. And the order of reaction is similar to that of SN2 reaction, that is primary is more reactive than secondary, that is more reactive than tertiary. Strong bases will always favor this type of E2 mechanism. Okay. Now we will move on to E1 mechanism. E1 mechanism. So this is also similar to that of SN1 mechanism. Here the rate directly depends only upon the concentration of alkyl halide. This is elimination unimolecular. So it is elimination unimolecular reaction, and it is a two-step mechanism. Two-step mechanism. And intermediate carbocation is formed, and the order of reactivity is more for tertiary than secondary than primary, and weak bases favor E1 mechanism. So the mechanism is similar to that of SN1 mechanism. Now we will move on to its mechanism. So this is our substrate, alkyl halide. In presence of base, under the influence of base, it will undergo slow ionization. This is step 1. Ionization, and a carbocation is formed. Step 1 is same for both SN2 as well as SN1 as well as E1, plus halide ion will be formed. And step 2, this carbocation this CH3 that I am writing as CH2 and hydrogen, this will react with base. That is, here we am taking a weak base, that is water. This hydrogen will be abstracted by this base, and this bond is shifted to next carbon, and this positive charge will be nullified. So we will get CH3, C double bond, CH2, CH3 plus H3O plus. This is our product, alkene. So both SN2 and E2 reactions and the mechanism are similar, as well as E1 and SN1 reactions are similar. The step 1 is same for both E1 as well as SN1. Only difference between elimination and substitution is, in the elimination the base will always attack hydrogen atom. while in substitution this base will attack this carbon atom. If the base attacks hydrogen atom, then it will be elimination reaction, and if the base attacks the carbon atom, then it will be substitution reaction. That is the only difference, both for SN2 and E2. Also, if the base attacks on hydrogen atom, it is E2. If the base attacks on carbon, it is SN2 reactions. So this is the mechanism for E1 reactions and the kinetics. Now we will move on to its kinetics. Here this is the slow step or rate determining step, that is formation of carbocation. This is the carbocation. So formation of carbocation is the rate determining step. So rate is directly proportional to concentration of alkyl halide only. So R is equal to K into Rx. So this is the equation for first order kinetics. So this E1 reactions, they follow first order kinetics. And moving to its energy profile diagram. The diagram is also similar to SN1. It will have two peaks, and if we are using a substrate having two beta carbons, we will get two different products. So this is the energy profile diagram for SE1 mechanism. So while discussing this elimination reaction, there is another important rule known as Zaitsev rule. I will conclude by telling this Zaitsev rule also. So Zaitsev rule, according to Zaitsev rule, if the alkyl halides or dehydrohalogenation reaction of an alkyl halide gives two possible alkanes, then the most favored product will be highly substituted one. I will show this with an example. We are taking an example, is CH3, CH2, CHBr, CH3. So this is our substrate or alkyl halide. So this is alpha carbon and it contains two beta carbons. Here there are two beta carbons. So halogen will be eliminated from this bromine, this alpha carbon, and hydrogen can be eliminated from both this carbon as well as from this alpha carbon. So two types of products are possible. If hydrogen is eliminated from this carbon, our product will be CH3, CH2, CH double bond CH2, that is 1-butene. And if hydrogen is eliminated from this beta carbon, our product will be CH3, CH double bond CH, CH3, that is 2-butene. So on experimental determination, our product, this 1-butene, that will be 19% and this will be 81%, that is major product will be 2-butene. So according to Zaitsev rule, it is stated that if dehydrohalogenation of any alkyl halide favors two products, if it gives two products, the major product will be highly substituted alkene. So highly substituted, what do you mean by highly substituted alkene? Here there is only one substitution, that is this is the functional group and this carbon is only substituted. But coming to the next product, that is 2-butene. This 2 this butene have two substitution. This is a di-substituted product because this alkene is substituted with two alkyl groups. So this will be our major product. So what do you mean by Zaitsev rule? In a dehydrohalogenation reaction, if an alkyl halide fervors two products, the major product will be always the highly substituted product. This is the highly substituted one, so this will be our major product. So that is very important. Zaitsev rule. We will get university questions. Or when I told about the energy profile diagram, I have mentioned two peaks. This is these two products. According to Zaitsev rule, there will be two products, and the major product will be highly substituted one. And one more thing, I forgot to tell in E2 mechanism, that is we have stereochemical aspects also here. Even doesn't have any stereochemical aspects, or stereochemistry is not involved, but in E2 mechanism we will have a stereochemical aspect that I will discuss now. This E2 mechanism, E2 is also known as anti-elimination. Anti-elimination. In the transition state, please have a look on this transition state. This base will attack on the hydrogen on a carbon atom from this side, and the halogen atom is eliminated from the opposite side. So this is the double bond. The elimination occurs always in the anti direction, that is from two opposite direction. It never occurs from same direction. So this type of mechanisms are also known as anti-elimination mechanism. E2 mechanism, they are also known as anti-elimination reactions.